In today's episode, we are going to be talking with Michael Labar about strategies that sellers can utilize to help grow their sales on Walmart. And we're also going to be talking about some new metrics that Walmart has made available to sellers and how you can use them to your advantage. This and so much more on today's episode.
How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. If you guys would like to network with other Walmart sellers, make sure to join our brand new Facebook group called Helium 10 Winning with Walmart. You can actually just search for that on Facebook, or you can actually go to h10.me/Walmart group, and you can go directly to that page. So make sure to join. You can tag me and Carrie with questions and ask questions of other Walmart sellers, or even share your own experiences in that Facebook group.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers podcast brought to you by Helium 10. My name is Carrie, and I'm going to be your host today, and this is our Walmart Wednesday, where we go over all of the things Walmart, and we answer your questions live, and we give you any updates that have to do with Walmart. So we'll go ahead and get into it. So today, I do have a special guest that I'll announce in just a minute, and he is going to be great for answering questions, and I will answer some as well. But before I get into that, I wanted to talk about some incentives that Walmart is having for new sellers. So if you have been considering selling on the Walmart platform and you haven't pulled the trigger yet, and you want to get into, selling on Walmart, there is a really cool incentive right now. I'm going to put the link to this special deal because it's not for everyone. You have to apply through our Helium 10 link. Basically, what it is if you apply through this Helium 10 special link, then you can get up to 100% of the referral fees taken off basically for 90 days. So you won't have to pay referral fees for literally up to 90 days. So, or actually up to 100% for 90 days. So the way that it works is basically everything that you do kind of unlocks something. So the first 50% off that you get off is you get 50% off the referral fees for just signing up and getting your products up and running. And then the 90 days start once you're up and running. Then you get another 20% off your referral fees if you start utilizing Walmart Fulfillment Services. So that's WFS, and you can enroll in that pretty easily. The next thing is you'll get another 20% off for using Walmart Connect, which is the ads platform. So you can start advertising on Walmart. And then finally, if you want to start automating with the repricer, you can you get another 10% if you start using their repricer. So that adds up to 100% off of your referral fees. Now, not everybody's going to use the repricer, so at least up to 90% off referral fees, which is absolutely incredible. Such a good deal. So I will add that link in. So if you haven't started selling on Walmart and you really want to get started selling on Walmart, definitely click that link and take advantage of that. And this goes for US sellers and international sellers. So they're allowing anyone who clicks that link that is a seller on or wants to sell on Walmart and gets accepted, you can have that great deal. So that's great. And then the next thing, Helium 10, as you all know, we have Adtomic for Walmart, which is our ads program where we help you to manage your ads. It makes it a lot easier to manage your ads. And so we've added some rules and automations. You can now do day parting. So you can, advertise at certain parts of the day that are more profitable for you. You can add in, bid rules. You can, add, target ACoS, max impressions, max orders, or you can create custom bid rules. So the new Adtomic is absolutely incredible. If you want to book a demo, we'll also put that link below as well, because you can book a demo with one of our Helium 10 Adtomic experts that can help you not only show you how it works, but then get you up and running on that with ads. It's super easy. There's so many automations that'll help you to manage your Walmart ads. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get into our special guest because I think a lot of you are very excited to have him on, and his name is Michael Labar. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him on. Hello, hey. Michael.
How are you doing?
Hey, so Michael Labar is from Sellcord, and many of you have seen him on Walmart Wednesday and a lot of other podcasts. He's been speaking pretty much all over the world, haven't you? He's been talking about selling on Walmart. He owns an agency called Sellcord, and he is doing really, really well on Walmart, has some products in stores. So we have a wealth of information available to us by just chatting with Michael. So thanks so much for joining us, Michael.
Thanks for having me here. Fun to be back.
Yeah. You were on here it's been, I think, a year since you've been on. So I'm very excited to have you back. So I wanted to talk to you about a few things, like new updates. And so we'll talk about some updates with Walmart. And then I'm going to also ask you about some strategies that you can give to sellers. So the first thing I want to talk about, though, is Sales Rank, because this is something that's new in the back of Walmart Seller Center under Search Insights. You can actually see your sales rank for your product. And so I was wondering if you had any insights on how any Walmart sellers could utilize this information, or what you can do with that, or what you've been using it for.
For sure, yeah, that's pretty new data that Walmart started adding in. And basically, if you go to your growth opportunities and you go into Search Insights, there's actually a lot of helpful data there. Conversion rates, click rates, and they rank it kind of high, medium, and low. So like you could have a good idea of how you compare against competitors in your category. But what you're specifically regarding is sales rank, and sales rank is a number that they basically rank how well you're doing compared to the other, your competitors in the space. So it's a pretty helpful number. I like seeing when we have also multiple items within certain categories, seeing how they rank against each other, how the search ranks against each other, and then you could see the difference in sales rank and obviously the difference in sales between those items. So you could kind of gauge a little bit more on like the type of sales you should be expecting from other items. So I would definitely make sure to take a look at that, go look at the data and start getting more comfortable with it. As time goes on, it'll start becoming, there's going to start being more and more data there. So I would definitely take a look at that data and try to utilize it.
Another thing, I mentioned this on our last Walmart Wednesday, and that is that brand stores are now available. So I was wondering if you have started utilizing those, because I know you manage a lot of brands. Have you started creating brand stores, and how are you utilizing them? What kind of success have you been seeing so far?
Great question. Yeah. So brand store's been, we've been waiting for them for a while, because there's been brand store functionality for years, but you used to have to pay $75,000, if I'm not mistaken, to get a brand store. Now it's actually free. You just have to apply. Not all brands get accepted, but most brands kind of that we've been applying have been getting accepted to the brand store. It's through Walmart Connect. So like through your Walmart Connect account, you apply and you get access to there. There's a few great reasons. Number one, like on Walmart, the brand shows pretty prominently on top of the title. A lot of people click on there, they look at your expanded assortment. So you're able to actually, utilize it to bring all your items into that one link. A lot of times when it's just done by shelf and it's not by your brand store, like you'll see random items that are not your brand show up when you click on your brand. So it's important to, that's one great way. Number two is for advertising. You're able to send ads to certain shelves. Now, sending it to a shelf that just has items on it because of a filter and it's not like a set shelf through brand shops is way less effective. Also, you can't have any banners and things like that. So we've been using it a lot for advertising, and that proves to be pretty effective. So yeah, definitely exciting. And there's definitely a lot of opportunity there to tap into creating brand shops. We've been creating a lot of them for brands over the past, I would say mainly like month and a half, 2 months.
Awesome. Yeah, I think a lot of people have started to work on those. So I think that's definitely a huge opportunity as well, to not only get your sales for the one item, but showcase all of your items and increase the cart order value. The next thing I wanted to ask you about is the search engine marketing. It's called SEM on the growth opportunities tab. How has that been working for you? What kinds of things have you been seeing with SEM, or I guess they might call it SEM, on the back end there? And yeah, just go ahead and get some insights on that.
This was an interesting one because, it's in the Amazon space, like people use different providers to help send Google traffic to their Amazon listing to build rank. That's essentially what this product is. It's you could run Google ads from within your Walmart account. So number one, your attribution is going to be much more legitimate, obviously, because it's first party data, so they know what converts. So like that's really helpful. I was trying to kind of see if there's a difference in cost running it through Walmart versus. So I'm trying to see a little bit about that, but so long story short, in a lot of cases, we haven't seen success with it. There's been some cases where we've seen some good success with it. I wouldn't say like any crazy results, but if for helping boost items that also have like lower ad relevancies and are having a little bit of hard time getting traction, like we've seen some decent success there. I would say just because they're giving away a lot of promos with that, like check your email, you probably got either like spend 1,000, get 1,000, spend 500, get 500, or even now yesterday, I think I saw some clients got like spend 500, get 250 or something along those lines. So there's a lot of opportunities, or even you could see from there like how effective it is, and then from there you could decide if you want to bit further in it, I think it's definitely worthwhile. It depends on the category. So like I would say, search on Google for, let's say you sell bikes, search on Google for bikes and see like what Google shopping ads are coming up. And if you feel like your item fit well there and convert well there based on your pricing and based on your product type, like then there's definitely opportunity there.
What's kind of interesting is I remember you pointed out to me like 2 years ago that Walmart was actually doing this for us for free. And so we actually got a lot of traffic to our listings through those kind of Google ads. And I noticed my sales picked up with the Google ads that they were doing for me for free. So I do think it's definitely something that's worthwhile to do because it says Walmart.com under the Google shopping little ad. And so people trust Walmart.com. And it's just I think a higher conversion rate for that reason.
Yep, exactly.
Coupons. Can you tell me a little bit about coupons? I know they're in beta and I know you have had access to coupons. What kind of success have you seen with those? And can you tell us just a little bit about the coupons that Walmart is testing out right now?
Yeah, so traditionally there's really been no coupons on Walmart.com besides for some in-store items was through a third-party provider. There was a couponing program that was very expensive for in-store brands. And you should spend tens and tens of thousands of dollars to be part of it. That was the only couponing available on Walmart. Walmart recently rolled out couponing through Marketplace beta, and it's been in beta. I think it's already been a couple months, and we've been having a lot of testing with it. I'm starting to become a really big fan of it. We've started seeing some really strong success there. Now, in some ways, obviously, when you have a price cross-off, it works better. But obviously, with coupons, not everybody redeems, so you save a little bit there. But more importantly, the reason why we've been leveraging coupons is Walmart has these deal shelves that do a lot of volume and very significant volume. And in order to be able to be eligible for those deal shops, those deal pages, they a lot of times want really good pricing, sometimes even better than Amazon. So if you're going to provide pricing that's better than Amazon, or even if it's going to be good pricing, but you just don't want to bring down your Amazon, you're okay bringing down your Walmart. You just don't want to bring down your Amazon because your Amazon's doing a lot of volume, whatever the case might be. You don't want to lose your buy box on Amazon. One of the good ways to do that is through couponing because they'll still, it depends on who your account manager is and what your relationship is with Walmart, but they do sometimes accept your items for that. So that's been one really cool way to leverage coupons, and we've been seeing some success there.
Okay, another one that's in beta is Subscribe, not Subscribe and Save. You said Subscribe. So have you had some clients utilizing Subscribe on Walmart, and has it been getting good traction? What do you think about Subscribe?
I think it's got ways to go. I think it's really cool that there's that functionality there now. I think in the beginning they were testing out Subscribe and Save, and now it's just on Subscribe. But there's really, if you're selling obviously consumables, anything in consumables, whatever, anything people repurchase often, it definitely makes a lot of sense. I think just the Walmart, it's pretty prominent now. And a lot of times it's auto-selected. So it's like pretty prominent and auto-selected by a lot of items. So we have been seeing some traction there. The issue is, I think the Walmart customer isn't used to subscribing yet. So on Amazon, they're very used to subscribing. So I think it's going to take some time till the Walmart customer really picks up on that. It doesn't hurt to have it on there, obviously. But I think it's going to take some time till the Walmart customer really picks up on the habit of subscribing and the convenience of it. So I think we got a little bit of time to go there, but it's cool that it's already built out.
Yeah, sounds like coupons is definitely giving better traction.
Sure.
Okay, so I have had a lot of questions from people recently about, they're starting up on Walmart and they're kind of, getting everything set up, but they want to really, be successful on the Walmart marketplace and they want to get, sales going. So what are some strategies and what are some things that you would give advice to somebody who's, maybe just starting out on Walmart, or maybe they're on Walmart and they haven't had enough traction yet? Like, what are some sales strategies that you would recommend to them to boost their visibility and sales on Walmart?
Yeah, so I think there's a few things, and obviously it depends a lot on the type of items you sell and a whole bunch of other things. But some things to generally keep in mind is Walmart recently started releasing some data, which is extremely helpful. If you have PackView, you could actually see it on Search Insights on PackView. But there's basically Walmart started releasing data through API on the Connect side, where it basically shows you every keyword on Walmart from 1 to 300,000, what the keyword is, how high it ranks, right? So they're not giving you search volume data, but they're giving you if it's one, it's the most search keyword, right? For example, and then what are the 3 top items converting, getting the click share and the conversion share for those keywords? And the way I think when you're coming to the platform and you're a newer seller coming to the platform, I think it's really important to understand the shelves that have volume. And the best keyword is a shelf, but like the shelves that have volume, and then what's converting for those shelves, and make sure like your product fits the characteristics of what's currently converting there. Because if not, like you're right, you might be successful, but it's hard to know. But if your product has the right features, as at the similar price points and maybe even more competitive, then there's good opportunities there. And I think you really have to tailor your approach a lot more to understand the shelves, understand what's going on. That's number one. Number two is like lean into the Walmart programs as fast as quickly as possible, whether it's WFS, whether it's Walmart Connect, whether it's incentives working with Walmart, whether it's, flash deals, promotions, like really lean into those programs. They drive so much significant volume, and it's something that, it's one of the advantages of being a marketplace seller versus selling DSV on, 1P to Walmart. So like you have a lot of those advantages. You might as well use them to your leverage. And people always complain about, and I hear this all the time, the 1P sellers and the store items, they're on the top, ranked on the top, and they get preference. The reality is that marketplace sellers have a lot of advantages that the 1P sellers don't. So if the marketplace sellers really tap into the advantages, and I've seen the ones that do it, but if they tap in to flash deals, promotions, a lot more of those placements are marketplace right now. They're not. Flash deals is basically all marketplace. I think if I'm not mistaken, it's all marketplace. Mosaics are, especially during key times and events, it's very heavily marketplace driven. A lot of the data and things you get is a lot more on the marketplace side than on the 1P side. So there's really a lot of programs that you could really lean into, especially with WFS. And, there's so many things that if you do them, you put yourself at a better advantage. So, I would just kind of strongly emphasize that.
So you're saying, Walmart Connect is advertising, and the flash deals, not everybody has access to those. Can you maybe give some, strategies to get those, or like what is needed in order to get access to flash deals?
So if you're doing volume, any decent significant volume, it's usually going to be added to your account. If it's not, and you're doing a lot of volume, you can reach out to me. I could get added to your account. But yeah, most cases, if your account's doing volume, like it'll get added to your account. If not, you could open up a case and request it. I'm not sure if that works, but you could email me and I could try to get it added to your account.
Is there a number of certain amount of volume a year or a month, or what are they looking for?
So I'm not sure. They don't say it. I know there's a number for that specific item to be eligible for flash picks. To actually do that, it's in the thousands. It's not that much that it has to be doing in sales. It's in the low thousands for it to be eligible for flash deals. But like for the account itself, I'm not sure. Because I have very small accounts that have it, and I have sometimes like bigger ones that don't have it. I just have to request it. So, I'm not sure exactly what the criteria is.
All right. Yeah, those are some good suggestions. Anything maybe on the optimization side, or like, do you think that the pro seller badge is really needed? Like, what are some other things people can do and focus on that they can control to get more sales?
Yeah, so I think items, if you're already an existing seller or if you're coming on, like I think it's important to pay attention to Item Spec 5.0. There's been new updates in the Walmart guidelines for how items are listed. I was actually in the Walmart offices in Hoboken a few weeks ago, and we were actually looking through listings that we manage and seeing how like once Item Spec 5.0 got implemented for listings that didn't implement the changes, how like slow performance kind of dropped off in some areas. So definitely learn those, pay attention to some of those, adjust your listings. Might as well there's no reason to wait till like you're starting to not rank to make those changes. So I would definitely suggest that as one thing that you could control and I really pay attention to.
All right. And what about keywords? So you said, they're basically ranked on there, but I know, with Helium 10, we have kind of a search volume. What kind of keywords do you recommend going after? Like if something has, 30,000 search volume, or it's like a high ranked volume, do you think people should go after those, or should they go after low hanging fruit keywords in their advertising, in their listing? Like what's your keyword strategy for marketplace sellers?
So great question. So start off with really figuring out your really high converting keywords and building your campaigns around those, because even though the volumes of those are so low, you really need to build ad relevancy on Walmart. And you could try bidding on the main keywords. But it's just, so even if your item in a situation where your item would convert really well for a high volume keyword, you eventually want to target those because that's where you'll make sales. It's too hard to make sales by the smaller keywords. If it's a situation where the really large keyword, your item doesn't fit in well there, like then, that shouldn't be an item you're focusing on. But in order to be able to bid effectively on those keywords, you need to start building some ad relevancy. So what you've seen work best is like build some campaigns around a lot more targeted keywords and build some relevancy there. And then from there, like when you start bidding on the main keywords, you'll start being able to win them much easier and much better.
Do you mean like long tail keywords? Like for example, like bookshelf, like you would say large green bookshelf and you would target that instead of just bookshelf?
Exactly. Yeah. And with Walmart, like you don't have to go even that long tail. Like sometimes it's even 2 words, right? So like a white bookshelf, a bookcase, a green bookcase, but things like that. And you'll already have, some volume there that already allowed you to start converting.
Another question for you about ads then. I notice whenever I'm shopping on Walmart, I haven't seen many people utilizing video ads. Do you know why that would be? Do you think they're really good converting tool for, because I think they're only $1 and I think that's pretty cheap for a lot of people who are moving over from Amazon or like just $1 something. They're not that expensive comparatively to Amazon. So I'm just curious why you think maybe there's not as many video ads and what you think, how well you think they're doing.
Yeah, so we've been having good success with video ads. It's really great if you have good content about your product and there is good video to sort of say do about your product. You're getting so much brand visibility and just for a low cost, like you said. The reason why it's not in a lot of categories is for the most part, it's usually people not bidding on it. Like you have to accept the video ads and most people are just not doing it. So a lot of times like we'll see really good success there. Then some competitors start the video ads because we're doing it and then it starts becoming not as economical. But in the beginning, you could get some good boost out of it.
Any other strategies or anything that maybe I haven't covered that you wanted to talk about in this?
I think that's good. I think just pay really close attention to the updates and things that are coming out from Walmart. Like if you're pretty quick to jump on those, some of those programs could help move the needle. So, and just plan a lot around promotions. Like there's a lot of leverage with promotions. Like try to plan properly around how to position your promotions. It's a longer conversation, but there's a lot to unpack there. So definitely try to have a better eye for the promotional angle.
I did see like Black Friday, it came up pretty quickly. Is that kind of how Walmart works? Is like the deals come out pretty quickly, you have to move fast and say you want to do them, or is there a planning process for them?
So there's a planning process. If you have an account manager, like holiday deals get planned way in advance. Mm-hmm. But there's also like the Prime equivalent event that they do around Prime thing. So like definitely want to plan ahead with your account manager and ask them if there's any opportunities for your items to fit into any of their promotions and see if there's any opportunities there.
Okay. All right. So we've got a question from Lady and the Storm. How long is the process to get approved?
To sell on Walmart, it could either happen right away. It could either take a few days. It could either be a denial. So, it really depends on, but if you fill out your information properly and you double check it all and you fill out your information properly and all the paperwork and everything matches up and it looks like you have a decent Amazon store, like you normally shouldn't have a problem getting accepted unless you had like another application before. And most people, by the way, that come to us with like like denied accounts, it's usually like they have another account they tried opening, it's linked on the email, this, that, so like all these bunch of things. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it's very important to make sure you really think through your application, make sure that, you have everything filled out. And if you already tried applying in the past, like reach out about it rather than opening up another application. It'll just get both your applications stuck.
Yeah. You can reach out to Cellcord. Michael has helped some people that have gotten rejected that I've sent over to him. So reach out to them if you do have some issues with that. And also, have they kind of loosened the guidelines on, do you have to be an established seller still? Or I've seen some people who like maybe started a new brand and then they applied and they got accepted. Is that the kind of the norm, or is that just kind of like they got kind of passed through and they got lucky?
No, so they're starting to accept like newer, smaller sellers. It depends a lot on the type of products you sell. And this goes under different teams based on the main category that you're under. So there changes a little bit, but for the most part, we started seeing new smaller applications get approved.
So it is dependent on the category. So that's a good thing to note. Okay, next one from Lynn. How to manage Amazon PPC. Okay, so we're not doing Amazon. See, for example, how to add negative keywords in Walmart. So, okay, so I'm going to try to rephrase this maybe in Walmart terms because we're not talking about Amazon in this one, but how to manage Amazon or Walmart PPC. The platform is different from Amazon. For example, how to add negative keyword in Walmart Seller Center.
Yeah, so Walmart Seller Center doesn't have negative targeting yet. They're adding it. So that they're adding that. There's new things that came like conquesting ads and stuff like that. So there is newer things for targeting, but yeah, negative is going to come soon.
Yeah. They said it was on the roadmap. So,
yep.
All right. Next, Lady in the Storm asks, how long do you have to ship your items?
So it depends on how you fill out your shipping template. So you just have to, whatever you fill out in your shipping templates, like that's what you have to meet. So if you fill out 2 days, you're gonna have to make sure it's 2 days. If you fill out 1 day, so it depends how you manage your shipping templates. I think there's a minimum, there's like a maximum though. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but
I think it's 7 days is the max. Can you analyze wholesale for sales data in competition with Helium 10? You can with X-Ray, so you can find the products that you want to sell, and you can actually utilize X-Ray to look at sales. So that's a great way to do it. Mostly. And then also, you can also look at the sales rank as well in the back end of Seller Center. You can utilize that information. And then any information that you get, like if you have PackView or you're using kind of a software to help you to run your ads, you can see some more data in there that way. But I would say mostly X-Ray for Helium 10. Go ahead and go to the main page for the products that you're selling, and then pull our Chrome extension, and it'll show you the sales data there. Okay. Janak Ranchad said, is title density as relevant to Walmart listings compared to Amazon listings?
Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly what it's meant by that, but
title density on Helium 10 is basically keyword phrases on Amazon. So if you, for example, green bookshelf, and you wanted to target green bookshelf, but if like 50 competitors on page 1 have green bookshelf in their title, it's going to be really competitive. However, if that phrase, you see that maybe only 1 or 2 have just that same exact phrase, then you can actually rank for it a lot easier on Amazon. So it's basically like the exact phrase form and how many competitors have that exact phrase in their title.
Yeah, so I have a different approach when it comes to ranking on Walmart. And everybody can have their own opinions, but my approach for ranking on Walmart is more about, you have to find the keywords that have the most volume, and then based on the keywords that have the most volume, you have to then analyze who's taking the conversion share of those keywords, and then understand their product, their price points, and if you're and the features around their product. If your product matches up well enough to their product, meaning you have just as much features, your item is just as good, if not better, and your price point's competitive enough, that's what you want to target, because if you get there, you'll convert. And you're going to have to check their PDP and make sure like your PDP is better and all that kind of stuff. But the problem is, if you do all that research, but you're focusing on keywords that the items that are converting in the shelf, you're not gonna match well next to. It doesn't matter if you rank, you're just gonna start deranking because Walmart's so heavily based on conversion rates. So that's kind of our approach to it. And also because the significant keywords are the only ones that drive legitimate volume. Like there is some volume done from other keywords, but it's usually not significant enough.
Luce is asking, do you recommend to start Walmart even when just started on Amazon?
I would say it depends on their products, your assortment, and a little bit more about your company. But as a whole, usually not. Usually I would say like build your brand, build a little bit of your capabilities off of Amazon. It's going to be hard to tackle both those at the same time, and then start with that. So
you think starting on Amazon first is a good idea, and then going to Walmart?
Yeah.
Okay. The next one, Janak asked, I hope I'm saying your name right. Janak, can you simply copy your Amazon listings to create your Walmart listings?
You shouldn't. That's a big no-no. You should rewrite your listings. Like you can use the same core of information, but you should rewrite your titles, descriptions, key features to be optimized based on Walmart style guide. So number one, the keywords that you care about are going to be different. Walmart wants shorter titles. They want different style descriptions, key features. So for the most part, all that's different. So that's kind of the biggest task, is to just make sure you're optimized specifically for Walmart.
Yeah. I think it actually kind of hinders you on your listing quality score when you do that. So yeah. Lynn asks, are you going to host a Walmart PPC management session? We really need it. I think we can arrange that in the near future. So we'll definitely work on that. And if you haven't joined our Winning with Walmart group, that's probably where we'll do it. So make sure you're in our Helium 10 Winning with Walmart group if you want to do that. All right. It looks like we've come to an end of the questions. I think that we had a lot of great information. Oh, we got another question. I will put this one up here. Let's see here. Mr. Kamal says, how much revenue should you have on Amazon to consider yourself to move to Walmart?
So, I mean, the revenue number is a hard thing because it depends on your category and the type of items you sell and how competitive is on Walmart versus how well you're doing on Amazon. A lot of times, if you really started tapping out your Amazon, it then definitely makes sense to expand to Walmart. But once you already have some traction and you have a good hold, you have good products, like, you know, I mean, we're a big fan of Walmart, so a lot of times we'll tell people to start pretty early on. So it's just, I think less about revenue numbers because it's so dependable based on different brands. I think what's important to understand is, like, do you have good enough products that are, you know, you feel like, you know, you could move properly on Walmart, is enough volume for them on Walmart, and what type of volume are you looking for it to be worthwhile for you to kind of take on the endeavor, and then, you know, and based on that, you could really analyze, okay, are you ready to move and what that would look like, and just expand, not move, but expand.
All right. It looks like we've come to an end of the questions. Thank you everyone for joining and for just, you know, interacting and asking all these great questions throughout. And thanks again, Michael, for joining us. I know it's been a while since you've been on, and I'm really happy that you were able to answer a lot of these questions for us. So thanks again. And we will see you all again next month. We'll have another guest for Winning with Walmart Wednesday, and we'll see you then. Bye, everyone.